Coming up in Mountain News this morning, local police officers get into a tense situation as they attempt to serve a warrant that leads to a shootout. And a Kentucky woman uses her battle with ovarian cancer to spread awareness about the serious disease.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Alrighty, just a little after 5:30 on this Monday morning. On this Labor Day, I'm Dakota Makris. Good morning to you. And let's head over to Brandon for a look at our soggy forecast this morning. If you're heading out the door this morning, you might want to take your rain gear, unlike me, who looked at my rain jacket this morning. I was like, I have one in my car. I don't need to take the one in my car is in my station car.
Yeah.
It's not in my regular car.
No.
So that's the issue I faced this morning.
Yep. So you'll have to try to figure that one out.
Yeah.
I might let you borrow my umbrella if you're nice.
Okay. I'll ask nicely.
Okay. All right. Let's get into the forecast this morning. It is Labor Day, but unfortunately, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of cookouts today unless you like soggy barbecue. Let's get into the forecast this morning. On live pinpoint Doppler radar, a lot of heavy pockets of rain out there already this morning. Anywhere you see those darker greens or those yellows, that is heavier pockets of rain. So again, just be careful, slow down. Lots of fog out there if you're traveling this morning, if you're laboring on Labor Day. So just remember, we're going to keep a very close eye on things today. And this is not just a morning thing, this is an all-day thing. The flood watch goes until 11 o'clock tonight for most of our region, so we've got all day to go on this one. Pikeville over at the US 119, US 23 intersection. Pretty soggy over that way this morning as some heavy bands of rain just moved through. 68 there, 68 Hazard, 68 Manchester, Harlan, 70 London, Somerset, Prestonsburg, and Moorhead, 70 also Jonesville at 64 in Wise, our cool spot. So a couple of degrees warmer in some spots than this time yesterday, a couple of degrees cooler in some spots from this time yesterday, some spots exactly where they were this time 24 hours ago. Your 12-hour planner for today, unfortunately, rain basically off and on throughout the day. If you're not seeing rain, you're seeing clouds. It's going to be dreary, some rumbles of thunder possible at times as temperatures only top out in the mid to upper 70s. Dakota?
All right, Brandon, thank you. Well, police in Hazard were involved in a shootout Saturday night. Well, they attempted to serve a warrant on Baker Avenue in downtown Hazard just a little after 10 p.m. Saturday. When they arrived, they were being shot at, so they shot back. Eventually, police were able to arrest the shooter. Witnesses say one witness said that she was crawling to try to stay safe.
I was laying on the couch resting, dozed off, and I heard like awful commotion, people fighting, slamming up against the wall, and then I heard a gunshot.
Our units were attempting to serve a warrant on the subject here on Baker Avenue, and he fired at them. We had to return fire.
Well, police have not released the identity of the shooter. A woman in Jackson County has been arrested and charged with murder. Officials with Kentucky State Police said 43-year-old Karen Clemens was arrested following an investigation into the death of Mary King Abrams in late July. Police say Clemens was charged with murder and receiving stolen property. She's currently being held at the Jackson County Detention Center. Louisville police made an arrest after a suspicious device labeled bomb was placed in downtown Louisville. It happened August 12th at a TARC stop and closed streets for 7 hours. 50-year-old Jimmy Smith Jr. is charged with terroristic threatening. Smith was originally arrested for not following the guidelines for being on the sex offender registry. FBI agents say video and forensic evidence linked Smith to the device and also say Smith made statements connecting him to the crime. And the Louisville Metro Department of Corrections has been in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. Multiple deaths and a number of overdoses. The jail's former director resigned, and since then, the new director has worked to turn things around. On Thursday, the jail caught 3 people trying to smuggle drugs hidden in a CD labeled as legal material from an attorney to his client. The jail's new director now has 16 canines at his disposal to help fight the drug problem at the jail.
Every time we stop one way, for lack of a better word, the creativity, criminal creativity goes to trying to introduce it another way.
Well, Narcan boxes are also being placed in every dorm at the jail, something officials say no other jail in the country has attempted. The demand for blood donations is climbing as blood centers across the Commonwealth say they need your help meeting the need. Julia Sandor shows us how you can help fill up the donation appointment book and do your part to save lives.
There's a desperate need for the blood that you bleed in the form of a nationwide shortage.
Blood donation is very critical to serving local patients and local hospitals. You know, for the last 2.5 years since the pandemic, we have been and a 2.5-year shortage.
Eric Lindsay with the Kentucky Blood Center says COVID shut down a lot of important centers and more people became wary because of health concerns. Unfortunately, that means they are still far behind in the amount of blood they need. 400 donors a day is considered a healthy blood supply at KBC, but they haven't even received 75% of the average amount this year.
So we've opened up new centers to be able to be accessible and make it more convenient for folks. But quite frankly, you know, some of our loyal donors that would be here every 56 days when you could donate, you know, it's like a lot of things. When you fall out of habit, it's just kind of harder to get them back into habits.
Blood donations are used for all different kinds of medical needs, from premature births, anemia, and even cancer. The Kentucky Blood Center shares their supply with 70 hospitals across the state.
But if I could only donate 3 pints a year, it tells you how much, we need. But then again, if 1 unit of blood can save up to 3 lives, imagine what the whole state of Kentucky could do, or the whole country could do.
Governor Andy Beshear signed a proclamation making Sunday, September 4th, Kentucky Blood Donation Day. The first week of September also marks National Blood Donation Week, and Kentucky officials are stressing the importance of donations.
So we're looking for a really big push this week. We really need folks to come in and help pick us up and make sure we're able to provide a healthy blood supply to our local hospitals.
In Lexington, Julia Sandor, WKYT.
Well, if you have any questions about the requirements to donate or how you can make an appointment, you can visit Kentucky Blood Center's website, kybloodcenter.org. Well, in Lexington, the streets are turning teal as they wait to raise awareness for those suffering from ovarian cancer. After watching her mom fight ovarian cancer, Kathy Tabbs knew the symptoms, so she met with her gynecologist. Well, they found something growing on Kathy's ovary, and a few days later, she had it surgically removed.
When I woke up in the recovery room, she was holding my hand and said, "I'm sorry, we found cancer." And I remember thinking to myself, this is it. If I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna fight it.
Well, for 10 years, Kathy has been putting up teal ribbons to raise awareness of ovarian cancer. Kathy is a 29-year survivor, so many would say she won the battle against ovarian cancer, but if you ask Kathy, she'll tell you she's still fighting, and turning Lexington teal is part of the battle. Well, the CDC has recommended the COVID booster for about a year, but now a new kind of booster is being offered, giving you more protection. Updated boosters target the original strain of the coronavirus, as well as the Omicron subvariants BA4 and BA5. Now, the head of the CDC recommends getting the new booster. It's known as a bivalent booster. The FDA authorized Pfizer's shot for people ages 12 and up, and Moderna's for ages 18 and up.
COVID-19 still represents a very significant threat, especially to patients who are immunocompromised, either by disease or because they take medications that put them at risk.
You're eligible for the booster if it's been at least 2 months since you completed your primary series, or 2 months since your last booster. If you've recently been infected with COVID, wait 3 months until your antibodies wane. As with past COVID-19 vaccines, they will be free of charge. Well, the pandemic pushed many Americans to start a project or business that they've always wanted to, which is what happened for one Southeast Kentucky couple. Tanner Broughton and Lauren Lambden of Knox County had never owned or operated a business before. When they decided to open Whitley Weights in Williamsburg, the two travel nurses wanted to offer a gym that people can utilize regardless of their schedule. They say although this venture has been chaotic, they advise everyone to take risks when it comes to following your dreams.
You don't want to live life with regrets and say 5-10 years down the road, that's something you wanted to do and you just decided to pass on it. You're just always going to be thinking about it in the back of your head, so go for it.
Well, Broughton says they are grateful for the support they have received since opening the gym last month. He adds in the future, they hope to add more features catered to different athletes to broaden their reach. Well, just ahead this morning, millions of fantasy fans turn on their screens to return to Middle Earth in a brand new series.
And the forecast continues to feature chances for heavy rain on this Labor Day. I'll track it out for you in about 3 minutes.